Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. My name is Nicole and I'm a recovering addict. My sobriety date is July 13th of 2015. And today, you guys, we are going to do an old school daytime live stream and I'm going to do my makeup. Just a little bit of makeup because honestly, I'm just going to work out at 4 o'clock and it's all going to sweat off. But I thought, you know what? I have not been on a live stream during the day in a while, and I've been promising you guys that I would do a makeup live stream. So here we are. First and foremost, let me show you guys my favorite perfume in the whole wide world. Juliet has a gun, and it's called Sunny Side Up. If you get this cologne, I promise you, oh my God, it's amazing. Amazing. So we're going to do makeup, we're going to chat, and I'm going to catch you guys up on what we're going to be doing on the channel today and tomorrow and the next day. And we're going to do my makeup. So come on in, take a seat, and let's chit chat like we do with the girls. Okay? Okay. So, hey Karen, what's up, girl? Hey Mama. Hey Jessica. Hey Dawn, what's up, girl? Yes, over here on YouTube. I can't see them on Facebook. Anybody that's on Facebook, please don't think that I'm ignoring you. I just can't. Let me go over there and let everybody know. I cannot see the comments for some reason from Facebook. That makes me so mad. Please don't think that I'm okay. I just can't. Let me go over there and let everybody know. Here you go, guys. I cannot see the comments for some reason. Here is the. Okay. Anybody that's on Facebook that's watching, I just dropped the link to the YouTube channel. So that way, if you want to come over here and do this live with me, you can. So, all right. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Is everybody having a good day? Are y'all staying sober? Oh, girl, yes, I started the book. I'm already halfway through. Yes, I started the book and I read the first page, I think the first half of the first chapter here on my channel, and for anybody else that wanted to go and buy it. So, oh man, Karen, I'm so sorry, girl. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're alive. I'm glad you made it to be with us, girl. Let me tell you something. Misty, I'm going to message my friend Misty. Misty went through something similar, and she is part of the Real Talk Recovery family, and she could probably really give you some experience, strength, and hope. So let me get her over here. Just so you know, you're not alone, and we're here to support you, girl. We're not doctors or therapists, but we can be here to support you and love you until you can love yourself. So don't get discouraged, okay? We've all had times where we haven't felt our best, you know? And so there's nothing to be ashamed of. Absolutely nothing. Okay. Share. Hey, Nat. I'm so glad to see you guys here. Okay. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just sharing this live stream. If anybody else enjoys my live streams and you think somebody else would enjoy my live stream, if you don't mind sharing it, that would be awesome. If you don't feel like sharing it, that's okay too. But we just like to share it out, see if anybody wants to come and be with us. My live stream. But we just, okay, I'll leave the rest of the sharing up to you guys. Okay, let's get on track here. All right, so thank goodness. God is good. Hey, Rachel, what's up, girl? Okay, so we're going to do makeup and we're going to chit chat, y'all. So let's get going. So tonight on Real Talk Recovery, LT from the channel Recovering Addict is going to come on, and we are going to talk about holding each other accountable and being a support system for other people in recovery, and how sometimes it can be difficult when we are friends with people and we care about them and we see them going down the wrong path and we want to help them, right? We want to help them get back on track, but we also don't want to make them upset, you know? And so we're going to talk about how to help our friends in a loving, tolerant, patient way and not jeopardize our own sobriety. So I thought that would be a really cool concept or a topic that we could talk about, because last night, if you guys were on the live stream with me last night, I was talking about how I had a friend of mine reach out to me that is still in active addiction and how stressful it is for me sometimes, because I really do want to help her. You know, I want to help her, but I also want to make sure that I'm protecting my sobriety at the same time. And so I thought, you know, we could talk about that. But what we're going to do right now is we're just going to have a free for all. So if any of you guys have anything you want to talk about or you want to share, I'm going to get the link and I will drop it in the comment section. And you guys can come up here while I'm doing my makeup and we can talk, or you can drop questions in the comment section. If you have questions for me about my recovery or my experience with drugs and alcohol, new visitor. You know, there's nothing that I won't talk about. So any questions are welcome. I'm not embarrassed or ashamed to talk about anything. So let me get the link really quick. All right, hold on, guys. Okay. Oh my God, sorry about that. It takes a second to send me the link, and then I got to cut and paste it. I haven't been wearing a lot of foundation because, quite frankly, it's so damn hot in Arkansas, y'all. I can't wear foundation because I'm going to sweat it off, you know? And so I just put a little bit of concealer, bada bing, bada boom. Hey, Corrales, what's up, bud? And then we're good to go. How did your appointment go? Have you been yet? Okay, that's a little blemish right there. Look at all those dots. So silly. Okay, so let me get the link. So I'll tell you guys this. Let's talk about the difficulty of taking the first step. And what I mean by the first step is I mean the first step reaching out for help. Okay, I'm not talking about the first step of the 12 steps. I'm talking about the first step where you say, I have a problem. I can't do this alone. I need support. How many of you guys have struggled with opening up and, hey, who's Mike? What did Mike say? What's up, Ass Nasty? How you doing, honey? I didn't even see what he said. Oh well. I'm so proud of you for getting sober. I saw your comment that you just got out of treatment. I'm so proud of you, man. I am so proud of you. That is so awesome. Okay, so let me share with you guys how long it took me to work up the courage to reach out for help, okay? So for those of you guys that are new to the channel, I started trying to get sober back in 2005, I think was the first time I ever went to treatment. And the first time I went to treatment was not because I wanted to go, but it was at the encouragement and the urging of my mom and dad. And so they were telling me, hey, you need to get help. Your life is falling apart. But it wasn't really something that I wanted to do yet. Really, the only thing, hey, Emily, really the only reason why I was getting help was because my parents were pressuring me. They were telling me that I really needed to go and get into treatment or else I was going to die. But I wasn't seeing it like that. I was seeing it as they were just lame and didn't know how to relax and have a good time. You know how it is or maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. Whenever you're in your active addiction and other people are telling you about how you're ruining your life and you're not at that point where you're seeing it yet, like I was making every excuse in the book to not see what they were trying to show me. I knew I needed help for a long time and just put it off forever. I had a rough night, got kicked out of my parents, so I walked to my grandma's and told her about my substance issues. That is so awesome. I'm so proud of you. I know you hadn't been commenting in a while, and when you popped back on and commented, I was so proud of you. Great Dane. I just got released from an 8-day detox. One of my fellow patients is going to be calling you. She lost her child a couple weeks ago on her daughter's second birthday. Hey, Great Dane. That's awesome. Yes, give her my phone number. Hey, Cher. What's up, girl?
Hey, I was just intrigued by your question about taking the first step.
Okay. Tell me about it, girl.
Well, it was when I was in my opiate addiction, and I knew something had to give. I was either going to die, I was either going to lose my husband and my family.
Yeah.
And so it was like kind of like a light bulb that was dim. It wasn't bright, it was dim. So I knew I had to do something, and I went to rehab and got on Suboxone, and that was the hardest part, was getting on another medication that I knew I would have to wean off of.
Yeah.
But it helped so much, and it gave me clarity that I had never had before. In the fact that I have control, my mind is receptive, I know what I need to do. And so that made it that much easier for me to wean off of Suboxone. And
you had a pretty easy transition off Suboxone too, didn't you?
well, I was on it for about 9 months, and I started at 8 milligrams, and then I went down to 4, and nothing happened. I didn't withdraw, I didn't do anything. It just was, I don't know, maybe it's my chemistry, I don't know. But when I got down to 2 milligrams is when it got really hard.
Yeah.
So that's when I really slowed down and took it a quarter, stabilized, another quarter, stabilized. And when I was at, I think 1.5 milligrams is when I jumped. It wasn't that bad. It was, restless legs, sweating, sleepless, but what of breathing, and I began to ease. And then I got myself mixed up into kratom. Was a stupid decision.
Did you get, when you got on kratom, did you start overtaking it? What happened? Tell me about that.
I am still on kratom, but I am taking like 3/4 less than I was.
I mean, that's okay. I mean, here's the thing. You're doing a lot better than you were when you first started. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if
definitely.
getting on, I understand what you mean by like, you felt like you had gotten off Suboxone and then you got on kratom, but you can't go back and change the past. You know what I mean? What's done is done, and now all you can do is work slowly down off the kratom if that's what you want to do,
And that's what I'm doing. And it's not that bad. I mean, I've dealt with worse.
Right.
So, if I can get through that opiate addiction, I can, and the Suboxone, I can get through anything. I just, that first step was the hardest, but 3 years later, I'm a better person for it. And you,
Cher, you look great, girl. You look great.
oh my
And
gosh,
you sound great. And your eyes are shining. And you, girl, when I saw
thank
you
you.
backstage, I said, oh, shucky ducky, Cher's coming on. And I thought, oh, I hope she's okay. And you look amazing.
Thank you.
So
So do
good.
you. So do you.
So
It's
good.
amazing. My skin is cleared up. This COVID's put 20 pounds on me, but who can help that? I cannot stay
Right.
social distance from my refrigerator.
Me neither.
But yeah, I just wanted to come on and say, take that first step and don't be, if you're scared, it's normal, but if you stick to it and listen to Nicole, you will make it.
I'm serious, Cher. Like you really do. I saw that you called on Hangouts the other day, and I tried to call you back, just so you know. But you look really good, and you're so clear, and just I'm really proud of you. Like I'm
Thank
really
you.
proud of you.
I'm really proud of you too. And your channel has grown and you're helping so many people, and I'm just so proud of you.
Thank you. I really, really do appreciate it. You guys, Cher has been Cher, you've been on my channel since day one when I first started it.
That is correct.
Yeah, Cher's been with me through the ups and downs. She's seen me go through drama. She's seen me be crazy, and she's also seen me come out on the other end like I am now.
Yes. And my
And that's
favorite part in the beginning of Nicole's channel, I don't know if you still do it, you did story times.
yes,
Um, like some of the stories, I'll never forget the one on the porch.
the weed brownies.
Yes. That one is just, oh my gosh. I couldn't imagine.
I need to make like a new playlist of just like story times because I feel
They're the
like
best.
I tell them better every time I tell them because I reenact the things and I get up and I'm like I need to like put my camera and like videotape it. You know what I mean?
Yes, they were.
I'm
They
so
were
proud of
really
you
good.
though. Cher, welcome to you stay with us here on Real Talk Recovery, okay?
Right now?
No, I mean what I mean by that is be more active. Come back around more often.
Okay, I will.
Okay, you know I'm always on here, girl. I ain't going nowhere.
Okay, I love you.
I love you too, Cher. I'm proud of you.
Bye. Same here.
Bye, girl. Hey, you guys, that's Cher Bear. Cher Bear has been on YouTube with me since I started my channel, you guys. And we have both seen each other go through the ups and downs of being wild and, struggling with our recovery. And I'm just so glad to see her so just fresh faced and just ready to conquer sobriety. Good job, Cher. I'm really freaking proud of you. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm so proud of you, girl. Okay, let me see what y'all are saying. Hey, Sam. Hey, Sam, do you want to come up and talk about what you did today at the doctor's office? Here, let me get the link. There you go. There's nothing to be ashamed of, girl. Come on up and talk to everybody. So, okay, taking the first step. Yeah, that's a good topic. So, taking this first step could be anything, you guys. It could be taking the first step and reaching out for help to go to treatment. It could be taking the first step to make an appointment to go to the doctor and follow through with MAT treatment. It could be taking the first step to start a new healthy eating lifestyle like I have been? How about taking the first step and walking into the CrossFit gym? Woo, mercy. I was so scared, you guys. I was so scared that no, I wasn't going to fit in and nobody was going to like me and I was going to be the biggest person in the room. And I was just beating myself down. And I'm so glad that I did it because it's already just from one day given me so much confidence. So much confidence. Okay, so going into treatment for the first time, right? Ooh, my nose is itching, you guys. My mom and dad were, telling me that I needed to go. And so that first treatment center I went into, it was a great treatment center, but I didn't follow through with anything except for I got a sponsor and then I relapsed. I did a couple steps with my sponsor and then I was off to the races, running and gunning again. So, it really does take, you can say, and you can try to get sober all day long, but if you're not following through, then nothing's going to change. Look who it is.
I look like crap.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
Hey. What's up?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
What
do you have going on that's growing?
I went up to 16 milligrams today because I didn't feel like I was being maintained. Like, I know what a maintenance dose feels like, and I was constantly around the clock, like, waiting on my dose because I always felt like I was slipping, like, in and out of withdrawal. Like, I was having cravings really bad, like, obsessing. I was getting, like, sweats and chills and aches and pains and everything. And then she started by giving me a few extra. And so on the days that I took an extra dose, I felt a hell of a lot better than the days that I didn't. So I told her about that and about the fact that I was worried that I might relapse if I continue to have as bad of cravings as I've been having. And so she decided finally to bump me up from 12 to 16.
And how do you feel about that?
At first, I felt kind of bad because that's not the direction you generally want to go. I've been at 12 milligrams for a year, or I guess 2 years now. I'll have 2 years in August, so almost 2 years. And I was hoping that this next year coming up would be like when I decided to maybe start going down. And I've been flirting with the idea of not taking my full dose, which I very quickly found out wasn't a good idea. So yeah, I felt kind of bad at first, but I'm excited now because I don't want to relapse, and my doctor thinks that this is the best way to prevent that and to make my symptoms go away. So I'm going to trust my doctor here.
You did the right
thing, girl.
You can't be worried about. Here's the thing. I think that you're setting up like an expectation. Because you're comparing yourself to what other people do. Like, so-and-so's taper at this time, so-and-so's taper that time. You are doing great. You're right where you need to be.
Yeah.
I know.
You know what I mean?
It's just whenever you get on a medication and you've been on it for a certain amount of time, you just expect that, like, the next change in your dose is going to be like going, especially this, you expect it to be going down instead of up. Though I used to be on, when I very first got on Suboxone the first time, I was on 24, and then I went up to 32. So I'm glad that I'm not anywhere near those doses, at least, and I'm still like within a average dose, I guess.
Yeah. You're right where you need to be, girl. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, girl. I love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Did y'all hear that? I felt like it was echoing. I'm sorry if I didn't mean to cut you off fast, Sam. It just was echoing in the background. But let me say what I wanted to say to Sam. Girl, you are doing perfect for where you need to be. And it's so easy to get caught up in like comparing ourselves to other people's sobriety. So you're doing perfect for you. What up? Hey,
Am I
Cole.
in?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Good. What about you?
So, I am at work, but I'm running outside. So, I am struggling today, and I could use everybody's prayers because just my wife and I, we're just having a lot of issues. Now that my Suboxone use came out, and I'm really starting to work on myself, the problem is I'm trying to make her accountable for the things that she's doing in the relationships as well, you know, because I'm trying to get my camera centered. A lot of the issues that we're having, I realize that my sobriety, I've struggled with it so much because I have such a poor self-image, you know, so I'm trying to build up my self-image, you know, because nobody deserves to feel bad about themselves or hate themselves just because they're on the medication, you know,
Right.
and that gets thrown in my face a lot. Like, oh, you're on Suboxone, you're still an addict, you're not going to change. I'm trying to work on myself, okay? But also in the process, you know, I need to be treated with respect and like, let's do this together. Let's work on this together. And right now that's not really happening. So I'm just going through those struggles, and you know, for the first time in my life, I've realized that I have to put me first, and my sobriety has to come number one, you know. So I don't know what's going to happen with me and her, and I'm not going to look too forward into the future. I'm just worrying about today. But man, we had a phone conversation at lunch, and it was not a good conversation. And I know there's probably going to be arguing when I get home. And whenever there's any kind of little issue, like I said, it gets right in my face. Well, you're a liar, you're an addict, and you're never going to change because you're on Suboxone. So what I would say to anybody else that's dealing with a similar situation or feeling judged by anybody, you have to do you. You know what's going to keep you sober. You have to listen to that voice inside of you, and just you got to do what's right for you. You can't spend your life trying to appease everybody else. So,
Exactly. I'm really sorry to hear that she's giving you so much kickback right now. I mean, we just started the taper. Why is she tripping?
Because she has a tough personality, you know, and she can be very aggressive to me, and I'm trying to explain that to her, like, hey, you know, maybe you're not as nice to me as you think you are, like, and maybe you're not as supportive.
You still there?
Am I still
Okay,
there?
there you go. You're there.
Yeah. So, no, she's still fighting me, saying that I should be in an inpatient rehab, like, when everybody that knows anything about our situation says the total opposite.
You're not getting high. Why would you need to be in inpatient treatment?
Exactly. I haven't been in active addiction in over 8 years. So
Yeah.
my Suboxone doctor doesn't think I need inpatient. I'm in an outpatient treatment thing. They don't think I need inpatient, but I just think it would be easier for her to deal with this if I wasn't in the house, you know. So
Right. Well, here's the thing.
She
can't control your recovery.
Yeah.
She can't choose what medications you're on. That your body is your body. Okay. I know y'all are married, but that's your health. That's your recovery, and your medication is your personal business. I know that you had kept it from her for a while, but that's in the past. You can't build on that. That has to be dropped. If she wants to continue on in y'all's relationship, she has to drop that past and move on with the future. She can't keep living in the backwards and bringing it up and throwing it in your face. Like, that's not going to be conducive to y'all's relationship or your sobriety.
Yeah, so now it's starting to dawn on me, like, how unhealthy our relationship is. Like, we're really butting heads and we're not agreeing on things, because when she gives me her opinion on things, when I don't agree with it, I tell her, and I'll tell her calmly, like, hey, I don't see it that way, you know.
Right.
But in the past, I would keep my feelings inside. I would not tell her how I truly felt, because it could potentially start an argument. I'm not running from that anymore, because I'm not running from anything. You know, if I'm doing this thing, I'm going to do it all the way. So, yeah, like I said, I do have to get back into work. But like I said, just anybody out there dealing with any judgment, do you?
Do not get off Suboxone because your wife is pressuring you.
No, that is not happening. I am doing the taper that my doctor suggested. That's the way it's going to be. Whether I'm in my house, not in my house, married, divorced, whatever. That's how it's going to be. So, but I just wanted to come on here and say, if anybody else is feeling judged by other people, at the end of the day, fuck them, because they don't have to be you. You're the only one who has to live in your skin, and you got to do what's right for you. All right?
Right.
So,
we have your best interest at heart. Like, this is, think about having your best interest at heart. When you have somebody's best interest at heart, you're not going to try and manipulate them and force them to do what you want them to do and control them when they're on a life-saving medication that's helping them stay sober.
Exactly.
How does that make any sense?
No, it doesn't make sense, but, you know, some people just want to stay stuck on their stance, you know. Some people will die on their stance. So,
right fighters. We ain't got no room for right fighters.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay?
So,
call me after you get off work, man. Okay?
All right. Take care, guys.
All right, bye. Damn. I'm worried sick about Joe now. You guys, listen to me. If you're a wife or a husband of somebody who is on maintenance medication and you don't agree with them being on it, you have got to step out of your own selfish ways and see that it is not for you. Somebody that is on maintenance medication, it's saving their life, and them being on that medication is not it's not your choice. It's not your husband's choice. It's not your wife's choice. It's not your grandmother's choice. It's not your brother, your sister, your mom, or your dad, you guys. It's nobody else's choice or business what medication you're on. And if being on that medication is a deal breaker in a relationship, you didn't need that person in your life in the first place. And that's real talk. Do you hear me? That is real talk. If somebody has your best interest at heart and they care about you and they don't want you to die, they're not going to be forcing you and trying to manipulate you off of a medication. Okay? That is not the way to go about helping somebody that you love. Okay? That is not how it works. My husband and I are both on Suboxone. Y'all know this, okay? And I am tapering off. I'm down to 1 milligram. But that's my journey. My husband might not ever get off Suboxone. And you know what? That's okay, because he's alive. He's working a full-time job. He's taking care of me and my son. He's being the man that I always knew he could be when we were in active addiction. Okay? Just because I'm getting off Suboxone doesn't mean my husband needs to get off of it. And quite honestly, you guys, I would rather he not get off of it ever, because I know that he's safe while he's utilizing this medication. I know that it's keeping him safe from relapse. It really does help him with cravings and all of that. And so if you have a significant other, you know, this is no disrespect to Joe's wife at all. I'm not trying to disrespect her in any way. But if your significant other is pressuring you like that and throwing things in your face, you guys, that's not the way that's not the way love is supposed to be. That's not the way a relationship is supposed to work. Okay? Like I said, I don't mean any disrespect to his wife at all. I would never disrespect her. But this is not about her. This is about him living or dying. Okay? We love you, Joe. We support you. We don't want nothing bad to happen to you, man. And you got to understand something. Sometimes when the rubber meets the road, you start realizing people that may not be meant to be in your life forever. And that's hard too. That's hard to come to realize, you know, especially when you are in a relationship married to somebody. But maybe that's just where things are headed. Maybe this is a relationship that's not meant to make it past, you know, this point. It's okay. It's okay though. Okay. We're here to support you no matter what, and that's all that matters. I just don't want you doing anything that could cause you harm or relapse, okay? All right, so back to the subject at hand. We're doing a whole face of makeup today, y'all. A whole face, obviously. And as y'all can see, I love blush. So I think I saw somebody that commented and said they wanted to come up. So let me get the link. Okay. All right, there you go. It is anybody that wants to come up and share, you're more than welcome to come up and share whatever you are feeling like sharing. If you want to talk about, you know, when you took the first step to reach out for help, maybe if you want to talk about how you're doing in your treatment, if you're on Suboxone or methadone, you want to talk about that. If you're not on Suboxone or methadone and you want to share your experience and how you're doing in your recovery, that's cool too. Anybody is welcome to come up here and share. Yeah, girl. Hey, CD. What's up, girl? No time, no see. Long time, no see. I love Natasha Denona, girl. She's probably one of my favorite eyeshadow brands. But I'll show you this, CD. They had these Natasha Denona blush palettes they were half price. So they were $89 and I got it for $44. So I got a sale, girl. I got a sale. And then I also have this Natasha Denona Sunrise palette, which is so pretty. It's like all the colors that we all love. So yeah. I always try to get stuff like on a discount though. So this one, if you go on Sephora, I think it's still 50% off. And it's that Blush and Glow palette, which is, oh my gosh, they're just amazing. And I love, what I like to do with my blush, you guys, is I like to drape it. So I like to like bring it up on the sides of my forehead up here and just be like super duper blushy. You know, I feel like it makes me look younger. Okay, let's do some eyeshadow. Okay, so let's keep on talking. So the first step, Lord have mercy, taking the first step to reaching out for help. And here's the thing, you know, on my channel, oh girl, it was so worth it for half price. Now I wouldn't have paid the $89, but the 40 something, it was really worth it. I'm really glad that I got it, because if y'all didn't know this, I've been really getting into I've really been getting into cream blushes. So let me show y'all some of them. Okay. So I ordered these from Ritual de Feel, and they're these little cream blushes. This one is like literally orange, and it's so pretty. And then this one is like a deep color, but it comes out more like a wine on the cheeks. Okay. And then I got these Glossier Cloud Paint cream blushes, all kinds of really cool cream blushes. I'll tell you another one that's really good. This Kosas brand. That's a cream blush and cream highlight. I have this one is a cream bronzer, which that's another thing that I'm really into right now is cream bronzing. And so I really, really do like cream stuff. So anyways, I always try to get stuff on a discount though. Never try, I don't like to pay full price if I don't have to. So anybody else want to come up and share? I do want to update you guys on how I'm doing on my Suboxone taper. So for those of you guys that have been, oh, that blush palette is a pink blush palette, but that one orange blush was like an orangey. I like peachy, orangey. I like all color blushes. I love blush, you guys. I just love blush. So, okay. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. If anybody else wants to come up and talk, you can come up and talk too. But I'm going to talk to you guys about how I've been doing with my Suboxone taper. So for those of you guys that didn't know, I am officially down to 2 milligrams prescribed, but I've been taking 1 milligram a day. Okay, so I take half of a 2 milligram strip. And at first, when I was on 2 milligrams, I really wasn't having any issues going down. When I got down to 2, I felt great, right? Well, now that I've gotten down to 1 milligram, it's not that I feel bad, but I want to tell you guys some side effects or some withdrawal symptoms that I've been experiencing that I hadn't noticed before. Okay, so now what's going on is in the middle of the night, I am having the worst time with restless legs. And so it's like the medication isn't lasting me all the way through the night. And so when I go to lay down, I'm like my legs are wanting to kick back and forth. Yeah, come on, man. Come on, Corrales. Let me get the link for you. My legs are like wanting to kick in the bed and stuff, but it's not to where I can't handle it. You know what I mean? But I just wanted y'all to know that I noticed it. Hey, Freya. How you doing, girl? Hey, Marcus. What's up, babe? I haven't seen you in a while either. I haven't done a daytime live stream in a while, you guys. I've just been doing them at night, you know? And it's because I just really have been so busy during the day with work and my son being home from school. I just haven't had time to do a daytime live stream. But I am so glad that I came on. I've been waiting until after 11 o'clock during the day. So what I'm thinking is, like, I'm just going to have to get used to it. You know, I'm just going to have to get used to that feeling of it just not, I don't know. It's like it's happening. Yes, I'm going to have to start splitting 0.5. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on? How are you?
How are you doing?
Good, good, good. Hold on, let me step out real quick. Well, I'm at home right now. Oh,
Yeah.
let me tell you. Yeah, so let me show you something real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on, let me go back in my house and see if I can find it. Shall I show you how much of the Suboxone I'm taking? And see if this is accurate. Hold on. I am prepped to wait till you see this. Got my scissors with me. And then, all right, here's my medication legally.
Yep.
No more of that street stuff. Pulling up at somebody's random block.
Exactly.
And then, so here's the deal. Like what you were saying earlier, what I wanted to tell to that guy was basically what his wife has to understand, what took my wife a little while to understand was the fact that when there was no Suboxone, for example, on the street, because I wasn't getting any support at home, I was trying to buy it off the street behind my wife's back. Sometimes I would just relapse because there was no Suboxone. I was relapsing on fentanyl, which put me in the emergency room twice, which freaking nearly killed me. So when you tell people it's like a life and death thing, it is true. It's a matter of life and death. Playing around with your life like that, you know what I mean? Like, it's stupid. All right, so here we go.
I know.
So this is the brand that I'm getting. And for everybody out there, Nicole hooked me up with these people. They're freaking amazing. Amazing. I don't have any insurance, and they make it freaking affordable. I'm not going to tell you how many thousands of dollars I spent prior to this in the past year trying to find help. Outpatient rehab centers. All right, so this is what it looks like. I don't know if you can tell. So I'm cutting it. I'm cutting it right in front of that 8. Just like that. Bow. And putting it under my tongue.
Right.
But I'm freaking, I don't know what the heck, man.
You're what?
Maybe I get tired.
Okay.
Is there a bad echo?
No, I can hear you good. So are you getting sleepy right after you dose, or are you getting sleepy like throughout the day?
Throughout the day, not right after the dose, but later on in the day.
Okay. And you've been on the medication for a week now, right?
Yeah. 6
Okay,
days.
so go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I had the same situation. Like, okay, the only thing I can tell you is that I felt the same way for like the first month. It took maybe a couple weeks for my system to like get used to it. But this is what you got to understand, okay? Suboxone is a partial opioid. So it could be that the opioid in the medication is making you tired because your body's getting used to the medication. Or you're still taking 4 milligrams a day. Maybe you need to only take, I'm not a doctor, you know that, but maybe you could go try and do 2 milligrams in the morning and see if that holds you through the day and you don't get as tired. Or you could take that 4 milligrams and take 2 milligrams in the morning and then wait and take the other 2 milligrams in the evening, like around 4 or 5, and see if that doesn't help you kind of balance out. Because maybe the 4 milligrams is perfect. Maybe you just need to split it once in the morning, once in the afternoon. Maybe all at once, it's not working good for your system. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right, I got you. All right.
I know for me that when I used to dose all at one time, it wasn't good for me. I needed to cut the dose in half and take half in the morning, half after 3 o'clock. And that helped.
That's what I'm gonna do then. That's what I'm gonna do, because I'm not gonna take this other half. It's too much.
Yeah, and you also need to make sure that like you don't do like I did. What I did was I got on Suboxone and I stopped being active and I didn't exercise and I gained a lot of weight. So what you need to do is make sure that you're like exercising and go out and do some golfing or basketball and try to stay active, because what I noticed for me is that I was starting to get lethargic and tired and lazy, and instead of catching it before it happened, I gained a whole bunch of weight. And I don't necessarily think it's from Suboxone, but what happened is I was staying stagnant, I wasn't moving around, and I got lazy, and I just got complacent, and I gained weight. So make sure that you have like an exercise, healthy eating regimen that you're practicing along with being on the medication. Because, or else you'll find yourself doing like I was, taking naps in the middle of the day, and then
yeah, that's what I did. That's what I'm just doing right now. I kid you not. I left work, came straight home. I was like, yo, I'm going to bed.
I did the same thing. I
slept 14 hours yesterday too, on top of all of that. Oh my God, yo.
But you're doing a great job, man. You just got to stay on track. I'm so happy that listen to me. If being sleepy is all you got to worry about, shit, you're doing good.
I appreciate that.
You know what I mean?
It's been tough, but we've been managing. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Can you see
No, you're cutting out now.
some stuff out here in the yard? I wasn't sure.
Listen.
Okay, hold on.
Listen. Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Make sure
Yeah,
that
yeah.
when you're taking your Suboxone, that you let it melt
Uh-huh.
underneath your tongue, and don't swallow that nasty
Okay.
ass shit. Spit it out, okay?
Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you ain't got to swallow that
After.
stuff. That stuff is just, all the medication is going in underneath your tongue in those little capillaries, okay? So it's going into your
Okay.
system. When you swallow it, you're just swallowing like the filler and everything, and that will make you backed up. You won't be able to poop.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I
and make
just
sure
let it
that you're
dissolve all
taking,
the way, and then I don't
make
do
sure it's
anything.
melted all the way. You lift your tongue up. There's nothing else there. All there is spit, and then you spit.
Okay.
And yeah, that's all you got to do, and that will
Okay.
help so you won't get so backed up. If you're finding that you're getting backed up, make sure that you incorporate a fiber pill, just like over-the-counter fiber vitamins from the
Okay.
Kroger or something. Plenty of
Okay.
water, and Miralax always helps my husband because he gets backed
Okay.
up real easy.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll make sure I do that. I ate like a bunch of potatoes today for lunch and all this crap. So hopefully that helps out.
Okay. I'm proud of you, man.
Definitely.
Tell your wife I said
Thank
hi
you.
too.
All right, we love you. Thank you for everything. We appreciate you. And your makeup looks beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right.
I love you too, man. Holler at me
All right.
later.
You got it. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Okay, guys. Okay. Oh, now, I knew y'all were going to say that. Yeah, Joe. Listen to me. The blocker in Suboxone is strictly there. It's strictly there to keep people from shooting it up. That's the only reason why it's there. What actually blocks you from being able to get high on other opiates is buprenorphine. The blocker is just there to deter people from IV injecting it, okay? So all that extra, the spit that you're having in your mouth, you guys, I'm serious. Like, that's one of the first things that my doctor taught me when I first got on Suboxone is that you don't have to swallow that shit. You know what I mean? So what you'll do is you'll dose your medication, okay? It'll sit underneath your tongue and it will melt and it will completely be gone. There will be nothing else there in your mouth except for spit. And you just spit the saliva out. If you guys want to see me dose my Suboxone, I have a video on my channel and I do it on there so you can see me doing it. But yeah, I mean, if you want to swallow it, you can, but you're not supposed to, just so you know, okay? Like, I don't think it'll hurt you if you swallow it, but I do know that it can cause you to be backed up more than you already might be. So, just little pointers that I learned when I was first getting on the medication. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water, taking fiber, probiotics, all that kind of stuff. Smiling dinosaur. Yeah, there you go. Good. I'm happy to hear that. I do need to be more patient with her, Merc. She has a lot of hurt from me hiding. I know, I understand that, but also this is like really important for y'all to be careful, okay? Because I don't know why y'all are fighting over. I just hate to see it. I hate to see this when y'all are. I don't want to see y'all fighting. You know, I know that there was lies and stuff in the relationship, but really, really, really think about it. Like, she loves you, you love her, you guys want what's best for each other. If you want what's best for each other and Suboxone's helping you stay sober, then there should be it should be in no questions asked. At least that's how I feel about it. Y'all know how I feel about that situation. I don't like to hear it when you guys tell me that your significant others or your moms and dads are giving you shit about being on maintenance. Because I've seen so many people get shit for being on maintenance medication, you guys, and then get off and relapse and die. Richard, you don't spit your Suboxone film out, sweetie. You let it dissolve and then you spit your spit. Why would we? No, you spit out the spit, which is just the waste. All the stuff that goes into your mouth is going in through your capillaries underneath your tongue. And yeah, so yeah, that's what it is. We want us to be happy and sober and joyous and free, you guys. And so I just worry about you guys. I don't want you guys to have any issues. Now, this is always my suggestion. If you have somebody who is, you're in a relationship with, or is this one of your family members who doesn't understand Suboxone and they're giving you a hard time, or they're telling you that you're just trading addictions or something like that, please, you guys, let them know that they can reach out to me and that I will do everything I can to help them and educate them, so that way they will understand and be supportive, because that's really what it is. We need to support each other, and we need to educate people who don't understand how maintenance medication can save somebody's life and help somebody. A lot of the reasons why people are a lot of the reasons why people say negative things about maintenance medication is because maybe they've seen someone who is abusing it. Maybe they were on it themselves and they were not taking it correctly, or buying it off the streets, and they had a bad experience with it, and that a lot of the time that can give people a bad, first impression. And so if we can help people to understand that it can help save somebody's life and help them to be able to become stabilized and sober and happy, then that's what our goal is, to encourage people to open their minds and see that not everybody is going to recover the same way. What works for one person might not work for the other. So yeah, Merck, you and Merck and Joe, y'all need to talk, because y'all would get along. I don't know if y'all have gotten together and talked yet, but y'all should talk about, y'all's situations. Y'all would have a lot in common. So, anyways, I just love being on here with you guys, for real. I hope everybody's having a good day. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, you guys. I've just been on Suboxone for like 5 years. Yeah, come on, Freya. I've been on Suboxone for 5 years. I don't just spit out stuff that I don't know what I'm talking about. I promise you that I have made sure that I've educated myself on this medication. And when I would never tell you something that wasn't true. I would never, give you advice or suggestions that I thought would hurt or harm you. I always suggest you meeting with your doctor. Come on, girl. I'm going to link you. You can come on, Freya. That's fine. I always suggest you talking to your doctor. If you hear me say something and you think it's not true, then talk to your doctor about it. But I promise you that I've already talked to the doctor. Okay, hold on, girl. I got you. Hey, Freya.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
We hear you, girl.
Okay, I want to get ready to share a little part of the story that I am trying to put together to hopefully on my 1 year clean date be able to share with everyone. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be not anonymous or not, but we'll see. I just wanted to let you guys know what's been going on the last couple days. I have 51, 2, 3 days, I think now today. And I'm going to try to say this without shaking or crying because it's hard. I've been being extorted since 2012 by prison gangs, and my family and my lives have been threatened. And I have not been listened to or believed since it started. I have gone to the hospital to tell them I have been held down by 6 medical staff just this weekend because I didn't want to take my panties off. I was shot up with medications to knock me out, which I refused. If I put my hands on them, I was going to get a charge. But yet I had no choice but to lay there and listen to the metal clanging of those, which, Nicole, I know what you know what I'm talking about. I've never been locked up, but I had to stay on the phone with these people all night long. And I used to have to hear those metal clanging doors shut and open all the time. And so listening to that while I'm laying there helpless again, feeling like a victim when all I'm trying to do is tell the truth, it's very hard to stay sober. Let me just say that. I am, but it's hard.
You're doing a great, listen to me. You are doing a great job, girl. And you know that we're all going to be here to support you through everything. Okay. You know what I really want you to do? I really, we've got to get the insurance and everything situated. And I really want you to get an appointment with Dr. B.
Okay.
You know that, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, I know that he could be able to help you so much. And I just don't want you to feel like you have to be ashamed or think that you're alone. And I'm proud of you. 53 days is a huge accomplishment. I remember when you first came over to the channel and I was trying to get you to call me and I was going, call me, girl, call me. And now
and you answered.
Look how strong you are now and look how well you're doing. I know you've been going through some hard times this last couple of weeks. I know that a lot of his stuff has been going on in your private life. And I just want you to know that I'm here to support you. And I don't want you to feel like you're alone. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you. And I also want you to know that this is why I'm being anonymous at this time, is because of fear for my life and my family's. Otherwise, I would be on with my face on there and supporting 100%, because I support this channel and this family with my whole being. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for y'all. Thank you.
We know, girl. And I just listen, I want you to be safe. Okay? I want you to be safe. I want you to make sure that, you're doing everything that you need to be doing. Take care of yourself and just know that I'm here to support you. I saw that you called yesterday, I think it is. And after this live stream, I'm going to call you because I want to talk to you. Can we talk on the phone after this?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I really, want to talk to you one-on-one, and I just want to be here to support you. Okay.
Okay. And I want to talk to you too
You're
about
about to
this
have
channel.
2 months sober, 7 days away from 60 days sober.
I know. And I just keep losing track every day because I don't count them every day. My brain doesn't work like that.
That's okay. You're doing great. I'll help you remember because I'm proud of you.
Do you want to hear something cool?
Sure. Tell me.
My clean date is Mother's Day.
Oh, that's awesome. See?
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. I'm so proud of you. For real. Proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
We
I'm
love
jumping
you,
off
girl.
of here.
You're part of our family.
Okay, I'll be back in the chat. Thanks, guys, for listening.
Love you.
Love you.
We love you, Freya. We're so proud of you, girl. 53 days is amazing. And yes, Lisa, you need to listen to me, you guys. I would not tell you to spit out if it was gonna get rid of your Suboxone. Like, I'm not telling you to put your Suboxone in your mouth and then spit out your Suboxone. I'm telling you to let your Suboxone dissolve and then spit out the waste. Okay? Because I don't want anybody to think, oh, that girl Nicole, she's telling people to spit their Suboxone out. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. So if anybody else wants to come up and share today, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, we decided to do a whole face of makeup because, of course, I just got to talking. Drugs are everywhere, you guys, and that's why we have to help support each other and stay diligent in our own recovery, and never be ashamed. Me too, Emily. Me too. I worry about that too. I think about my son and how he's just he's just an outgoing kid. And so I know he's going to be a lot like me and probably meet so many different people, and become friends with other kids. So the thing that we can do is to teach our children to to protect themselves and to be respectful and to be kind. Oh, I know what I want to talk about. I know y'all are going to laugh at me. How many of you guys have been watching the beauty community drama? The Shane Dawson, Tati Westbrook, Jeffree Star. Come on, I know y'all know what I'm talking about. I wanted to do a video so bad because I watched Tati's video yesterday, but I was like, girl, that ain't about recovery. It's not even related to drug addiction. So I didn't feel comfortable putting it on the channel. Hey, Crystal, what's up, girl? I go to Mara, which is Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous. But before I started doing Mara, I actually did AA. And I was very, 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 very active in Alcoholics Anonymous. Here, I'll get the link for you, okay, Crystal? If you haven't been to Mara, Crystal, you need to come. You will love it, girl. Oh. Okay, so there's that. There is that. Now, once things open up, like I think they're just starting to open up meetings here in Arkansas. Now, once things open back up here, I do live in Arkansas. Why do you ask? Have you been on the channel before, Crystal? I think I've seen you, Crystal, that last name before. And yeah, I do live in Arkansas. I know. I hate that it's like that. You know, luckily for me, here where I live, I had close friends in these meetings. And so I was always able to be open and honest with people that I was on Suboxone. I haven't really experienced a lot of judgment from the home groups that I've been a part of, but where I experienced the most judgment from people in AA was online. AA and NA people who claim to be sober online and judge others for their pathway to recovery. Lord have mercy. That's why I started this channel, because I was having so many people being so judgmental online about me being on Suboxone and sharing my story, almost like trying to devalue my recovery because I was being honest and sharing about being on maintenance, which honestly, you guys, I cannot even imagine ever doing that to somebody. I would never judge somebody for their medication that they're on. I would never tell somebody that they couldn't say that they were sober because they were on a medication, you know? It's so disappointing when I hear that from people in these programs. I just want to take my foot and shove it up their ass. But I don't, because in Mara, it teaches me to not be resentful, you know? Yes, girl, the area code is 501, Little Rock, Arkansas. I'm happy that you're here, though. Welcome to the channel. You know, my channel is really all about all-inclusive recovery, meeting the addict or the alcoholic where they're at, non-judgment, very open-minded here. I'm just here to support people and love them, and I'm not here to judge your pathway. I'm not here to tell you what's good for you. I just share my own personal experience and what works for me, and if that's something that works for you, then that's awesome. You know what I mean? But I really want that to be made clear that I support multiple pathways to sobriety, and if, you know, being on a maintenance medication works for you, then that's awesome. If it doesn't work for you, that's okay too. You know, all I can do is share what worked for me. And I'm so grateful to be alive and to have a second chance at life, you guys, that I'll scream from the rooftop what worked for me, you know, and getting on Suboxone literally saved my life. If I hadn't gotten on Suboxone, I probably wouldn't be sober right now. How long does my film dissolve? It only takes like 10 minutes, honestly. 10 minutes and that's it. It's usually gone. Like you can't, it's just, nothing's in there. It's just spit. But some people, it takes it longer. But with those Dr. Reddy films, they dissolve so quick, you guys. Like I take half of one of those and it's dissolved like in 10 minutes, maybe even shorter than that. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go put on some mascara and just be beautiful for the day. I have not done a full face of makeup in so long. Look how shiny my cheeks are. That's from this these blushes. They're super shiny blushes. I feel pretty, oh so pretty. I feel pretty and giddy. I'm so silly. Sorry, guys. Don't laugh at me. Okay, let's do some eyebrows. Yes, let me know how it helps you out. I'm serious, you guys. If you have been backed up and you've been swallowing the spit, just try not doing it and you'll see what happens. So I hope everybody that came up and wanted to share got to share. I want you guys to know that I love y'all and y'all are everything to me. Aubrey, good question. I'm so glad you're asking. Aubrey says, I will not judge those who are on what they are on because I don't understand it. So what I don't understand, why are those people still on it for years? Okay, so Aubrey, that's a great question. So I've been on Suboxone for almost 5 years. It'll be 5 years, July 13th. And I have been on Suboxone for that long because it has literally helped me change my life. And I mean, I want to be on it. I don't want to jump off of it yet because I'm tapering. I'm down to 1 milligram. So I guess you could say that I am wanting to get off of it, but I'm not wanting to get off of it for any negative reasons. I just feel like I've gotten to a point where I'm strong in my recovery and I feel like I could do it without it. And so I have been tapering and I have been doing a very long taper. I started tapering in March of 2019. And so it has literally taken me over a year to get down to 1 milligram. Some people stay on maintenance medication for the rest of their life. And that's because it helps change their life. It helps them stay sober. And so why would they?
Can you type in
why would they get off of it? If it's helping them save their life and stay sober and keep a needle out of their arm from shooting heroin, then why wouldn't they stay on it? Why would they risk getting off of it if it's helping them stay sober? Do you understand what I'm saying? A lot of people, the only way, well, I've been on it for almost 5 years, and it is literally the most amazing medication because it doesn't give me a euphoria. It doesn't get me high. It reaches a ceiling effect. So the way Suboxone works is after you're on it for about a week, maybe 5 to 7 days, the medication reaches a ceiling effect in your system. And so it's just leveled out like that. As long as the person that is prescribed Suboxone takes it daily, okay, every day as prescribed, there's no euphoria. It bonds to the opiate receptors in your brain. it latches onto those receptors and it blocks any other opiates from being able to enter those receptors, knocks them right off. Okay, so let's say I was struggling and I wanted to go out and get high today, and I went and got a bag of heroin and I went to shoot that heroin up. Suboxone, buprenorphine would block the heroin from being able to enter my receptor. So not only does it act as a blocker, it also acts as something that helps with opiate cravings. Okay, it also helps with depression. It's just an overall amazing medication for people that are on addicted to opiates. It will literally change your life. At least that's the experience I've had. I was struggling for so many years with constant relapsing. Okay. Richard, honey, we're not spitting out our medication, sweetheart. It is literally the spit. Okay, Richard, you can call your pharmacy all you want, honey. I literally have a doctor. I work for a doctor. I would never tell people the wrong thing, okay? So we're not spitting out our Suboxone. We're spitting out the waste. You don't swallow the saliva after the medication has dissolved underneath your tongue into your receptor, it goes through the little, God, what are they called? Not veins, capillaries under your tongue. I promise you, I would never tell you anything wrong. No, exactly, Aubrey. It's a blocker. So buprenorphine blocks any other opiate from being able to enter that receptor. So that's why a lot of people are on the medication, because it helps them to not be able to go out and relapse. But that was what I was on the medication for at first. Okay, I got on the medication at first because I was struggling with triggers and chronic relapsing. I think I had been in and out of treatment for like 5 years, right? And so you don't have to believe me, Richard. If you don't want to believe me, you don't have to believe me. But what I'm saying is the truth. So I promise you. And in fact, I will have the doctor on to come tell you guys himself.
Can you actually type in big brain?
What?
Type in big brain.
Half of these pharmacists have no idea how Suboxone even works. We know more than they do. There you go. I'm sorry I'm not getting a little agitated, because I would never say something that wasn't true. I would never come on here and say, spit your medication out. You're not listening. I'm simply telling you, once Suboxone is dissolved completely underneath your tongue, it is going into your capillaries under your tongue. All the stuff that's underneath your tongue after that is saliva. It's waste. It's the medication it's not medication. It's the substance that's not going into your capillaries. I would never come on here and say anything that would put anybody in danger. And that's why I have this channel, because I've worked so hard to help other people. So you can call every pharmacist this side of the Mississippi. Half of these people don't even know how this medication works. And I have spent years educating myself and working with others to learn. Okay, so I would never, ever say anything to put any of my family at risk. I am not telling people to spit out their Suboxone. I am telling them to let that medication melt and dissolve and enter their system through the capillaries underneath their tongue. And then once that's all over and done with, 10 to 15 minutes is about how long it takes. Then you can spit out the waste. All that other stuff is not there for you. It's not there. You don't swallow it, because guess what? When you swallow it, that's not how Suboxone enters the system. It doesn't go through your system, through your stomach. It's entering through underneath your tongue. Going into your stomach, all it's doing there is that waste and that stuff that keeps you constipated is adding to your constipation. So if you know anything about how Suboxone works, you'll know that it works sublingually underneath the tongue. So even if you were swallowing it, that's not how the medication is designed to work. So you're wasting it there too. So you let it dissolve and then you spit out the waste. Oh, y'all know how I feel about this. I am literally, listen, I know I'm not a doctor, but I have worked my ass off to learn everything I need to know about this medication, and I would never say something that was not true on my channel to hurt somebody or push them in the wrong direction. So when somebody comes on here telling me I'm wrong, hunty, you better go check yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay, so back to Aubrey's question, which Aubrey, I love you so much for being so understanding and asking in such a kind way. It makes me so, so glad. Okay, so I have actually worked the 12 steps many times through, and I am free from the obsession to use and drink alcohol, use and drink and use drugs. I'm free from that obsession. I no longer have the obsession to use at all. But I am on a maintenance medication, and I am on Lexapro and Wellbutrin. I just get so mad. And Aubrey, I'm sorry, I'm not mad at you, man. I saw that you requested me as a friend on Facebook, so I got you too. We're friends on Facebook now. Sober Aub, right? And I remember you from the other day, and I am so grateful that you came in and you're being so kind. And you're asking questions, because that's what I want to help. I want people to ask, and so we can educate them. Crystal, thank you, girl. Thank you, Crystal. And yes, I go to the same doctor, girl, just so you know, UAMS. So thank you for saying that. A pharmacist would have no clue, okay, what to do with Suboxone. And I'm going to tell you something, you guys, a lot of the doctors don't know either. And so it's taken me a long time to talk with my doctor and then Dr. B, who I work with. And so I promise you, like, I'm trying to calm down, but I would never come on here and tell you something that was going to hurt you. Okay. Like, I'm here to educate. So back to Suboxone. Free from the obsession to drink and use drugs. So through working the steps and going to meetings and doing like therapy, I've actually come to the point where I don't have the obsession to use. I'm free from that. I feel amazing. I think the obsession to drink and use left me about 8 months into my sobriety while I was working the 12 steps with my sponsor. And when that happened for me, it was something that I think I just woke up one day and I said, it's been 6 months since I thought about wanting to get high. You know, that like really want to get high. And then as time passed by, that feeling just like, I don't want to get high anymore. My whole outlook on life has changed. But I'm not going to just go and get off this medication because it's saving my life. Like, just like my medication for my mental health, Lexapro and Wellbutrin is helping me with my mental health. That's how Suboxone helps me with my addiction. So addiction at its core is a disease of the mind, right? It affects our mind and our body, but it is a mental illness, okay? And so this medication, Suboxone, helps treat that illness, and it helps, keep that receptor filled so I'm not running around. Now, I am down to such a low dose of Suboxone. I'm down to 1 milligram that the medication isn't like I was telling you guys early. I'm starting to have like restless legs in the middle of the night. And so now that the medication is leaving my system slowly and I'm down to a lower dose, like I can feel more of like the effects of it, of coming off of it. You know what I mean? But that's why I have bumped up my recovery program. I'm working with my sponsor. We're going back through the steps. I'm going and I'm talking to my therapist extra now. Instead of just once a month, I'm going to be going twice a month. Now I have more of my recovery support here online. I have more of my recovery support in real life. Like, those are all things that I want to help other people find. But I do know that there are some people that get on medication and then they don't change their life. And so I think it's really important, if you're somebody who gets on Suboxone or methadone, that you don't just get on Suboxone or methadone and just expect for your life to change. Because what can happen is you can get to a point where you're just the same person, only you're on medication that's legal. And so you haven't changed any of those old behaviors. Do you see what I'm saying? And so it would be different if I had just gotten on Suboxone and I hadn't changed any of my old behaviors. And I was just running around lying and cheating and stealing and manipulating and hurting my family. But that's not what I've done. And that's not what a lot of us are in here that are just starting our journeys who have gotten on maintenance medication. And so the way I like to explain it to people who don't understand is Suboxone is like having AAA on your car, okay? Your car, my body is my car, okay? And having Suboxone is for if I have an accident and I break my leg and I have to go to the hospital and they offer me pain medication. I can say, no, I'm on maintenance medication and I don't need I don't need that medication, or I'm at a high risk situation. I'm going to pick a friend up who relapsed and she needs help. And when I pull up to the parking lot, the dope man's outside. Like, I know that I have that insurance on my sobriety. Do you know what I'm saying? Like something to fall back on. That's what I consider Suboxone. It's like a catch-all. And so it's like having full coverage insurance. And so it's just an added form of treatment to help you in your journey of recovery. Really, sobriety and recovery is about your changes within. It's about changing those bad habits, the getting high, the getting drunk, and then it's about changing the behaviors. And so that's what Suboxone does. It allows somebody who is not stable, who has nothing. Like when I got on it, I had no job. I had no home to live in. I was in a lot of legal trouble. My son was in foster care, and it helped me to have that insurance on my recovery. And so I was able to get on track. And now I've gotten to a point where I myself feel like I could do it without it. And so that's why I'm tapering down. But like my husband, you guys, he's probably going to be on it for the rest of his life. And that's the best thing for him, because I don't think he'll ever get to a point where he'll be safe without it. So I'd rather him be on Suboxone than to be out relapsing on heroin and die, Yeah, I don't want to. Oh, yeah, I could get anything I wanted from the doctor, really, but I don't. Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. My life has changed and I'm a different person now than when I was in my active addiction. But I have to be honest and tell people that I'm on Suboxone because it really has helped me to be stable, to get to where I'm at. But I have done so much work in the process, like I said, with a counselor, with my therapist, with my sponsor, and I will never discount, you guys. I will never discount what Alcoholics Anonymous 12 steps did for me. Like, they changed my life, and it has brought me close to my God, to my God, to my higher power. That's what the 12 steps did for me. They made me realize that I couldn't do this alone without God. And that's just for me. I'm not saying that you have to believe in Jesus Christ to get sober, but for me, that's what they helped me understand, that I needed to have that connection. And so I'll never discount what the 12 steps did for me. But when I have to be honest about everything that helped me. And so it wasn't just the 12 steps, because just doing the 12 steps, I had tried for many, many years and I failed miserably. And
Mom,
Nate, hold on.
I have to tell.
What?
I have to tell you something.
What?
Dad said on here it said don't show arm, and can you go back to do show arm?
It wasn't until I got on a program and I got on maintenance, I got into therapy, I got I have no idea how to do this.
You got onto Minecraft?
I got into therapy, I got onto maintenance medication, I got into a program of recovery. It wasn't until I did all of those things that I was able to stay sober. And so it would be dishonest of me, and it would be dishonest of me to leave out all the things that I've done to get to where I'm at. So not only was it 12 steps, but it was also maintenance medication, therapy, support groups, all of the above. It took all of those things for me to get to where I'm at today. But I am so, so glad that you asked me, Aubrey, and I'm so thankful for you being kind and understanding and not just discounting it because you didn't understand it. Because what happens is a lot of people, they just automatically assume that the reason we're on maintenance is because we're wanting to stay high or we're wanting to abuse it. And with the maintenance medication we're on, Suboxone, it is amazing in the fact that it reaches that ceiling effect and it's not going to give you any kind of feeling at all. I feel so much better that I got that all out. I love it when people come in here and I can interact with you guys and I can tell you and I can educate, you know. Now on to Richard, who tried to come up in here and discredit what I'm saying. Richard, I'm so sorry that you felt the need to call your pharmacist, but I want you to understand that I would never come on here and tell anybody on my channel something that was going to be not right. Don't you think I thought about that before I ever said anything? I have literally spent years on this medication and working with 2 doctors so that way what I was saying on my channel was legit and was truth. And I've even learned along the way some things that I had to learn, you know. And so I would never come on here and tell anyone to spit out their medication. The way Suboxone works is sublingually, so swallowing all that other stuff is just null and void. Hey, Derek. Yeah, I think he left the building too. It's okay. And listen, you guys, like I'm not trying to make anything a fact. Like I'm just speaking the facts. And I'm speaking the facts about how Suboxone works. And I'm speaking the facts about, you know, you don't need to swallow your spit because it's a waste. And the way the medication works is sublingually. So anyway, it's just science. That's all. God, because God, as I understand him, is in control. Yes, Aubrey, exactly. And I just wish more people could be more understanding. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I would never judge anybody on their maintenance, on their way to recovery. And that's why, like, I try, even when I get upset and my feelings get hurt, like, I try to remember that a lot of people, they just don't understand. You know what I mean? And so I hope that I can help them to understand, you know what I mean, by sharing what I have learned and sharing what's worked for me. So anyway, all paths to recovery are the right path because you're on the path, baby, and that's all that matters. So I'm going to get off here because I literally went on a tangent and that was not my intention. So I will see you guys tonight at 7 for our live stream. LT from Recovering Addict is going to come on the channel, and we're going to talk all about accountability in recovery and how somebody like LT, who is an abstinence-based 12-step recovery guy, and me, someone who is on maintenance medication, we both help each other stay accountable and stay sober. And we do it in a loving, kind, tolerant way and support each other. And so that's the whole thing. Like, we are all here to support each other and come together and lift each other up. That's the whole point of this channel, is to support each other, you know?
My card. Can I show them?
I love that, Aubrey. I was the same way. When I first started this channel, I was very like angry and I had felt judged by many people, and I would just like be angry and I wouldn't try to understand. And now like I want to understand and I want to help people. You know, I don't want people to feel like they can't come to me. Now, sometimes I get like I'm very passionate. Nate, hold on. My son wants to show y'all something. I'm very passionate about Suboxone and how it saved my life and how it helped me change my life. And so I do get a little upset with people when they question what I'm saying, when I'm literally like, this is my life's work, is trying to help people who are on maintenance medication not feel alone. Let them know that they have a place here. Let them know that they're safe here, you know? And so when people come in and they question what I'm saying and they take it out of context, like I'm saying to spit out your medication. I never said that. You're not listening. You know what I mean? And so that makes me upset because I have worked really hard to build my channel and to make it a place where people can get support and be understood. And I would never come on here and do anything to hurt anybody. You know, I'm glad you did too, Joe. Brittany, thank you, girl. And people aren't like, I guess I feel bad because if Richard, if you're listening, I'm sorry I snapped at you, but I would never ever say anything that could cause harm to people on my channel. And let me say this one more time. I'm not telling anybody to spit out their medication. I'm telling you to let your sublingual medication sublingually dissolve underneath your tongue the way it's meant to go into your system, and then the waste from your spit after everything is dissolved and that medication has entered through those capillaries, then you spit out the waste. Exactly, Aubrey, exactly. Because the medication is specifically designed to enter the bloodstream sublingually. And when I finally started, it makes a huge difference. My doc told me all the stuff I'm spitting out, I don't need. And I'm not spitting out the medicine. Exactly. And the other stuff, what can happen is it can cause you to be even more constipated. And that's exactly how my physician explained it to me, Dr. Mancino. And then I've also even talked to Dr. B about it because I thought, you know what, let me get a second. I want to just ask. And so there's no pharmacies out there that even, I've tried to talk to my pharmacist about Suboxone and they don't understand it. They think it's the same as methadone. And so methadone was created to be, you take it and you swallow it. And so, of course, spitting out your methadone doesn't make any sense because the medication has to enter your system through your stomach. So, excuse me. If I don't spit it out, I get bad headaches. Colleen, that's because that extra stuff is the stuff that you don't need. So go ahead, Nate. Show him. Show him. Come on, mister. He wanted to show y'all his car. Did you hear him over here? Excuse me, excuse me. So it goes into the bloodstream faster under the tongue. Exactly. And that's the way the medication was designed to be sublingually, taken sublingually. So, and there's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to Suboxone because a lot of people don't understand the difference between a full opioid agonist and a partial opioid agonist. So I have a ton of videos on my channel all about how Suboxone works. So if you guys ever have any questions, but all you need to know is that Suboxone builds up in your system. It reaches a ceiling effect. Once the person is on the medication for 5 to 7 days, they experience no feeling, no euphoria, no high. They're just regular, just like taking a vitamin every day.
Is this old?
Okay. All right. I love you guys. I'll see y'all tonight at 7, okay? We're going to be back here at 7. I'm coming.